Mr President, my question without notice is to the Leader of the Government, including in his capacity as representing the Minister for Police. So why are the New South Wales Police not checking for the impairment of drivers in the government's expanded roadside drug testing program? And most especially, why are they not testing at all for cocaine, given the fact that cocaine was found to be the second most commonly illicit drug in drivers in the 2013 UK Wolf Report on drug driving?
Show him the dog, Duncan.
Who let the dogs out?
Show him your new sniffer dog.
I thank the honourable member for question. It's now 3 months, 1 week, 4 days, 23 hours and 20 minutes since I've had a question in this place, and I was hoping to get one from the opposition, but I've had to wait to get one from the friends.
Niall's got us fully engaged.
David Shoebridge, the man.
His cup's still a front.
You're not objecting?
I'm used to your insult.
Oh, good. I'm pleased about that because there's a lot more to come in this area.
Gum by a sheep.
Mr. President, that's like being hit with a wet lettuce leaf. Mr. President, the New South Wales government takes a zero-tolerance approach to drug driving, unlike the Greens, to stop drivers putting themselves and others and your family and my family and others at risk on the roads in New South Wales, because frankly we don't want people getting behind the wheel after they've been using drugs, Mr. President. From 2010 to 2014...
Fine, says Duncan.
Order!
Cocaine's
Order!
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President,
I call Mr David Shoebridge to order for the first time.
Mr. President, from 2010 to 2014, at least 245 people died on our roads in crashes involving motorists with at least one of 3 illicit drugs, cannabis, speed or ecstasy, in their system. Frankly, this is completely unacceptable. Like drink driving, drug driving is best tackled by coupling police enforcement with public education. In March 2015, the Premier announced roadside drug tests of drivers would expand from about 30,000 tests per year to over 97,000 tests per year by 2017. This expansion is well underway and will escalate in 2016. Over 58,000 mobile drug tests were conducted in 2015, with over 5,900 motorists testing positive for illegal drugs at the roadside. This equates to 1 in 10. Mobile drug testing, or MBT, at the roadside detects drivers who have recently used illegal drugs and may pose a risk for other road users. Illegal drugs are present in around about the same number of fatal crashes each year as alcohol. 14% for alcohol, 14% for drugs. It's number 3 in the list. At the top is speed, and the next one is fatigue, and after that, equal with alcohol is drugs. So, this is not some community thing where the Greens would try and tell you that we're putting one community against another. We're testing for the same drugs in the eastern suburbs as we're testing at Byron. We're testing for the drugs that our equipment allows us to test. Mr. President, I remember on the first day that we were trialling mobile drug testing in Dubbo, outside the railway yards, the first car we picked up was...
Mr David Shoebridge on a supplementary question.
Could the Minister elucidate his answer when he says that we are testing for the drugs that our equipment allows by explaining why you're not testing for cocaine and benzodiazepines, given the Draeger unit the police use allows for the testing of both those drug types?
That's right.
Minister has the call.
Mr President, we use our equipment to the best of the ability of that equipment. And Mr President, we pulled this car up on the side of the road, and the Honourable Michael Gallagher was there with us that day, and there was a young family in that car. There was a father and mother and 3 children. The first person we pulled over tested positive for drugs in his system. One of the journalists that was standing there with us, when the wife and the children started crying in the car, said, "Don't you feel terrible what you've done to this driver in front of his family?" So the answer, of course, is of course we didn't, because he should have felt guilty what he was potentially doing to his family and his children and everyone else. And this campaign, the David Shoebridge and the Greens, this misplaced campaign that they're running with the support of some magistrates that used to act for the hemp embassy, is a dishonest campaign, Mr President. This is about zero tolerance for drug driving on our roads.
Mr David Shoebridge on a point.
Mr President, I ask you to direct the Leader of the Government to withdraw the imputation against a member of the judiciary, which is in breach of the standing orders.
I withdraw, Mr President.
Has the Minister concluded his answer?
Yes.
The